Okay, people. So Shudder has picked up Bad Things, the new psychological horror from Stewart Thorndike, who writes and directs the piece. It is produced by Lizzie Shapiro and Lexi Tannenholtz. It is executive produced by George Locas, Matthew Dean Russell, and Amy Williams, with line production from Bernie Stern. Jason Faulkner handled the music, Grant Greenberg cinematography, with Thomas Emmett Ashton and Catherine J. Schubert on editing duties. Alison Tordizak was on casting. Amy Williams also production design. Saska Trivanza art direction. Lucas A. DiGiolamo set decoration, and costume design is Nell Simon. Hair and makeup, we have Amanda Miller, Kelly Harris, and Joseph Drobezko. Um, our cast, well, we have got Gayle Rankin is Ruthie. Harry Neff is her girlfriend Cal. We have got Rad Pereira as. Oh, wait. Hold on. I think I may have mixed up someone here. Hold on. There's no names on IMBD, so it's getting everyone straight. Yes, no, I am right. Yes, Harry Neef is Cal, Rad Pereira is Maddie, and Annabelle Dexter-Jones is Maddie's girlfriend, Fran. We've got Molly Ringrold. She makes an appearance. And Jared Abrahamson, who worked with Ruthie's mum. And Ariella Josephine. Holland Smith, Dana Sloza, and Patrick Klein are also in the piece. So the gist of the story is this. When a group of friends escape to the city to spend the weekend in an abandoned hotel, a pervading eerie energy begins to illuminate the cracks in their little family unit. Ruthie Nodd inherits the hotel from her grandmother, and with bad childhood memories threatening to burst to the surface, Ruthie wants to sell the hotel and never return. But when her partner Hal drags her there in the hopes of returning it to its former glory, they are joined by their amiable friend Maddie and mysterious grifter Fran. I mean, she's not mysterious. She's dating all of them, whose unhinged seduction threatens to drive a wedge between the couple. As the friends dance, cook, flirt, and fight up and down the halls of the hotel, they begin to find themselves in deep, find themselves indelibly entwined in the hotel's seductive embrace and start doing bad things to each other. So, Stuart, she has a statement on the film. It says Bad Things is the second film in a trilogy about the power of motherhood. It's an unrequited ghost love story between a mother and a daughter. It isn't polite. I wanted to obliterate the social norms of what a mother and daughter are, not subtle, loving, passive healers, but epic and frightening and active. It's a celebration of this first primal relationship and how blurry and complex that can be, especially an unrequited one. The story is set in the Comley Hotel, a place where women do bad things. Instead of seeing bad things being done to women, we see women doing bad things. I wanted to create a space for this to be explored, a space apart from the male dominated world. The hotel is distinctly feminine, all mauve and brass and increasingly bloody red and milky, and is haunted by ghosts of women who came under its spell. Where all the female Travis Bickles and Jack Torrances, Bad Things answers that with Ruthie Nodd. If The Shining unleashed a self-entitled monster of patriarchy, Bad Things responds with rage, let rage reign. Okay. So, yeah, I know. There's a few things there, right? Because I think we've definitely seen films with, female Travis Bickles. And I feel we've seen a load of films that do explore different relationships between mother and daughter and the like, you know? Uh, I mean, when you see the hotel, I didn't necessarily think the hotel was a feminine thing. It didn't jump off as feminine, didn't jump off as masculine. It just jumped off as ugly, right? Kind of jumped off as a bit of an ugly thing. So I kind of think, right now, it's not to say, right, this isn't what Stewart is talking about. But I think with all of that stuff, it's what you perceive it to be, you know? Like, as I said, look, I've seen films that have those type of characters and deal with those subjects. Maybe she hasn't, right? So yeah, it's a fair thing to say if you haven't seen those things, right? Or if you think that this is the epitome of femininity, I didn't, but she might. So I mean, we have that. I like it opens up with Ruthie delodging a car from snow so her and her friends can go on this trip. And she's inherited this hotel. She's meeting with some, the real estate people to potentially sell it, but she's still not quite sure. Her girlfriend Cal really wants them to take it on, which, I mean, obviously, right? You kind of think, obviously, like a partner would think, oh, if you know what I mean, if Finn's got a hotel, then they're gonna have money. I'm gonna have money. That would be great. So you can definitely imagine that the partner would be like, yo, let's do this shit. I think a big thing with this, because we're dealing with all of these different relationships, and we learn that there's fractures in all of them. But the big thing with that is it only really is impactful when you know the length of the relationship. Like if Maddie and Fran had just been dating a week, then it's just like, who cares then? Right? That's nothing. Right? If Ruthie and Cal have been dating, a couple of months, it's not really anything crazy. Now, Cal mentions potential of marriage, but then load of people look at marriage at a lot of different. Yeah, I've heard people talk about marriage after 3 months. So you know what I'm saying? Like that still doesn't give us anything. So it's just hard to really kind of get into this empathy for these people, this understanding of what they could be going through, because we just don't really know any sort of ramification. And I do feel it does matter. You know what I mean? I do feel it does matter. But it's just a weird dynamic because we believe at the beginning that it's a friend's trip, but it doesn't really seem like these girls are friends. It really doesn't, which is bonkers. It's bonkers, right? Because it's just like, why would you go away with these people in these circumstances? Also they've gone away, but it seems they have nothing with them. They'd be like, oh, I'm gonna search a hotel for alcohol, and it's just like, kind of, if you're going away to a abandoned hotel, surely you're bringing, like, if it's a running hotel, yes, you'd be like, there'll be stuff, but it's not. So you kind of think, right, we better bring food, we better bring alcohol, or we'll buy it on the way. If there's a local shop, we'll get, you know what I mean? But something. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a very odd situation. And as I said, look, they don't seem to like each other. There's no real happy conversations here. It's all straight arguments, right? That's all it is. And there's this thing about ghosts, but that's weird, right? Because someone says, like, oh, the hotel's haunted, but then it's just like, it's not really haunted. Right? Then someone talking like, oh, I like seeing ghosts. I'm not sure. Boom, boom, boom. But then when things happen, people act completely differently to what they said, which is fine, right? Because people talk up a big storm, and then when they come face to it, it's a different matter. But we don't really get that. I do feel that I may be missing something with this film. I don't know. I didn't really. It didn't really impact me. I didn't really resonate with it at all, because we're seeing a lot of things happen, but you're wondering why. Because there seems to be some easy solutions, but no one looking at those solutions. Like, some of the things that are going to happen straight away. I think it's pretty obvious. It's pretty clear. So it's just, yeah, a little bit weird like that. When Jared Abrahamson's character turns up, I think it's Daniel. I can't remember the dude's name. But when he turns up, it's again in a weird way, and you're just like, wait, who does that? Right? It's very odd. The whole Molly Ringwald's character again seems a weird addition, but she's from a video, and you're like, but why? Why are you watching it? What's the connection with the video? Like, there's a lot of things going on that, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I wasn't paying attention. It's not a scary horror film. Now, Thorndike does do a lot of lingering shots. So people be in a hallway, and they'll move somewhere, but we're still on a hallway, which then does build some tension. But I feel that's the height of where we're going with this horror film. Now, a thing it reminded me of when watching was the Scary of 61st. So I do think if you enjoyed the Scary of 61st, then this will talk to you. I think you will enjoy it. It's got a bit of an element of sissy in the dynamics of the characters and the interact and that kind of thing. So I think if you like sissy, if you especially liked the Scary of 61st, I think Bad Things could work more for you than it did for me. So yeah, people, it's on Shudder. So if you've got that membership, then yeah, take it a look, people. Take it a look.